In my last video, I brought up how my original build for Riku of Two Reflections was changed because infinite combos are incredibly boring and not really very fun to play against. So that raises the question of what was the original build like? Well, this. As you can see, here's Kiki-Jiki Mirror Breaker and his accompanying pieces, Zealous Conscripts, Pestermite, Deceiver Exarch, and Splinter Twin as an alternative to Kiki-Jiki. Then there's the ways to get them out onto the board together as fast as possible, and the counterspell suite to ensure that I'm able to cast those spells. The fetch lands, the Crucible of Worlds, recursion tools, all the signets and other rocks, and then the other various bits and bobs meant to simply demoralize my opponents. And yes, for those wondering, that Imperial Recruiter was a proxy, it was never effective, and the Baroness can step on me all she goddamn pleases. Games where I was at the table essentially boiled down to attempting to ramp as quickly as possible so that I could entwine Tooth and Nail or duplicate Court of Calling while leaving mana open for a counterspell. It was like that for every game, and it was boring and unfulfilling, but that was the environment. There was niv-mizzet the Firemind with its suite of standard infinite combos, Thraxamundar with its hyper-aggression and oppressive nature, Kali of the Vast with its own brand of aggression and demoralizing combos, and Maelstrom Wanderer with, well, Cascade, just to name a few. So why the change? Especially considering that the build before this one had the gimmick of recurring and copying the various take an extra turn after this one spells with Riku of Two Reflections and every copy target instant or sorcery spell I could find. Well, like I had said earlier, it was boring. Imagine for a moment that it's your birthday or some occasion with significant meaning. You're taken out to a high-class, fancy restaurant that you normally wouldn't be able to afford, but it's okay because today's special. You're unsure about what to order, but you make a decision, and when your food finally arrives, it's more satisfying than anything you've ever had before. That's the first time you've successfully achieved your infinite combo. Now, imagine in a few months, you're back at that restaurant. The wait staff's a little different, maybe you're there in the morning instead of the evening like you were the first time, and you're trying to decide if you should try something else from the menu, but you keep glancing back at what you ordered the first time. When the waiter asks, "What would you like?" you hastily choose what you had before out of a known comfort. That's the second achieving of the combo. It's lost some of its initial appeal, but it's still a strong choice. Finally, imagine you could afford to eat there every day. There's no need for a special occasion or reason to be there. It's just your go-to lunch spot. The staff all knows you by name, and naturally, your waiter jokes with you about ordering the usual. It had been in the back of your mind, but suddenly you realize that there's nothing special about the high-class meal in front of you. The quality feels diminished, and you're aware of how dissatisfied you are once you leave the table. This is when all you do is achieve the same infinite combo with no deviation, regardless of who else is at the table, representing whichever commander. For some players, this is fun. This is what they want to do. Every time they achieve their combo, they feel that same satisfaction as the first time they did it, or the look of their opponents' faces in either surprise or interest, or unimpressed disgust. And it's that gives them satisfaction upon leaving the table. Both are valid, but I would certainly be dissatisfied knowing a game ended because my opponent put two cards down without any care for mine or the rest of the table's ability to interact with them. It's that kind of victory that I've started to shy away from. This is especially true once I started recording one-on-one games against Sky Knight. To me, the amount of fun achieving a simple infinite combo has decreases exponentially the fewer players there are at the table, because there's just less risk involved with attempting that combo. Again, if this is what you want to do with your commander games, or if it's been what's deemed necessary to be competitive within your playgroup, the more power to you. Otherwise, and for me, it's fine to have an infinite combo in your library. Just please, for the enjoyment of everyone at the table, don't let it turn into your only go-to victory option. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. It's a little more scripted than the last one, and hopefully it felt a little more concise. As always, if you want to see more of my content, feel free to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell in case YouTube decides to change its algorithm again. Also, I name dropped Sky Knight, so be sure to check him out on his channel over at TS Powerline. While he does mostly card fight Vanguard, there's the occasional Magic the Gathering piece, and you can even see the very first time I recorded Riku against him. And I know that my own gameplay has been severely lacking lately, but you can get a fix over at BT Game Night's channel with his EDH Commander Challenge. He's a huge fan of ours, and I definitely recommend him. I hope to see you on the next one.